Well, hello everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you are in the world. And we are here. I'm here with Kelly Mark, Canada's Oily Vet. And we're going to be doing little videos just like this one today, where we're going to be talking about Live Good products. And today we've decided to talk about magnesium because this is something that everyone needs. I didn't realize just how important magnesium was until probably a couple of years ago. I was told that all North Americans are completely deficient in magnesium. So I take it every single night. And it's kind of funny because I sleep like a rock. I'm almost thinking I'm sleeping too much, like too good. Okay, but I don't miss a night. And when I mean it, like I'll take this away on holidays and everything. I do not miss a night. I don't want to go down that road. It works so well for me. So I'm going to hand it over to Kelly as to why we need to take magnesium.
Hi guys. Yeah, it's a funny thing. I don't think people really realize how critical magnesium is for our functioning of our bodies. It's involved in over 300 different enzymatic processes in our body, which means it's critical to make our body function. And it involved in a lot of different areas. For example, like the conduction of your nerves and your muscles. Hence why it helps when you supplement with things like muscle cramping and triggering, and as they say, fasciculations, when your muscles are twitching and all of that stuff. And it's very deficient these days. Like, actually, it depends who you read, but you will find that most North Americans, about anywhere between 50 and 75%, are deficient in magnesium, and it's something that deficiency accumulates over time. And it's also something that is affected not only by how much we take in, so how much we're getting through, supplementation and diet, which is very important to get the right amounts. But it also is something that is massively affected by the other things that we take in our lives. So things like medications, even like stress. So here's the conundrum. Chronic stress causes a depletion of magnesium. Depleted magnesium causes stress. So, there's so many different things in our lives that this can affect. And when you think about, your body's function, if you don't have enough of the proper kinds of magnesium in your body can't function properly. And you may not see that for a long time because it's something that builds over the depletion, or the deficiency builds over time. So it's something that you want to do regularly. Like you said, that's why it helps with your sleep. But you want to make sure you're getting the right forms, and you want to make sure that there's things that there aren't things in your vitamin that are in other companies' supplements and vitamins as well. So high blood pressure is something that is affected by your magnesium levels. Your absorption of vitamin D, which we know now is not only critical for your bone health and your bone strength, but it's also critical for your immune system. Anxieties, stresses. I'm trying to think of what else. There's so many different things that magnesium is involved with in your body. And in fact, they use magnesium often in the hospitals. If women go into the hospital pre-birthing and they're having issues, they're having high blood pressure related to their pregnancy, they will treat them with magnesium. So it lowers blood pressure. It helps your heart. Like, it's just critical for every aspect of your body. And it's not an expensive mineral to use, but you want to know about the format. So, for example, there's many different kinds of magnesium that you'll see out there. Oxide, citrate, glycinate, gluconate. The ones that we use with the Live Goods magnesium are glycinate and gluconate. Those are the two best absorbed. Sorry, my nose is itchy. Those are the two best absorbed formats of the magnesium, making it bioavailable, so something that your body can absorb. And the truth is, the other formats that you can see in a lot of different magnesium products are the cheap forms of magnesium. and they're also the forms that can affect your bowels more. So they're going to cause diarrhea.
Yeah.
So you'll see magnesium sometimes in with different products, in with multivitamins, in with a combined, like I have here a typical CalMag product from Jameson that my husband was using before I hooked him up. But you want to first of all have it separate. You need about 420 milligrams in your supplement. And if you look at Jane, if you show them our magnesium capsule, you'll see the size. It's not huge, but it's not tiny. You can make a multivitamin big enough to contain that much magnesium that you need, along with everything else. So you'll find in a lot of multis there might be 100 milligrams instead of 420 milligrams. And you'll find also putting it together with other vitamins and minerals is an issue, because magnesium is a chelator, which means that it binds to other minerals and vitamins and things like that, medications even. So you don't want to take your magnesium around the same time as your meds and that, because it can bind those things. And it especially binds zinc, which we also know is really critical for our immune system. So that's why Live Good made it a separate supplement. They don't want you to, first, they can't get enough good stuff into a capsule otherwise. And also it's binding the other things in your vitamins that you don't want to happen. And it has therapeutic benefits, like Jane mentioned, things like sleep. So most of the time what I do with our magnesium is I take 2 before bed. Some people will take 1 at lunch and 1 at bed, depending what you're using it for. We know people, for example, with migraines and headaches and things, that magnesium can help with greatly. There's been amazing testimonials about its effect on migraines, sleep patterns, stress and anxiety, all that kind of stuff. So it's just one of those things. You want the proper format. You want to take it at the proper time. You want to use it for you, depending on your personal situation. And you want to make sure it's the right format. And a lot of the other supplements out there will combine it with a bunch and not tell you how much of which one you're getting. And often you're getting that cheaper format that can actually cause you to have diarrhea and stuff like that. So it's not very pleasant. But the other thing you have to think about too is if you have a gut issue, which many of us do these days, it can affect the absorption of that product. So you need a very absorbable form, the right kind of forms that are therapeutic, let's say, for the body, and you want it at a great price. And guess what? Live Good does all of those things in one product.
Yeah, I always make sure that if I'm going to take magnesium, I take it at least 15 minutes away from any other supplement, because I also heard Dr. Ryan talking about that too. And the other thing that magnesium is good for is restless leg. Now, something kind of interesting was when I sit on the plane, I get this restless leg. Now, I'm never in pain. I know some people have restless leg and it's painful. Thankfully, I never had that. But I get this urge that I gotta move my leg and my foot around. I thought, well, that's probably because I'm sitting there in the seat for a long time, and you really should kind of get up and move around anyways. But it is kind of annoying. And to me, that's a sign of deficiency in the magnesium. This is another reason why I want to take it every single day. I really have seen my health improve, in my opinion, since I've been taking it. Yeah. I know you want to say something about restless leg.
Yeah, I can tell you a story about that, because my husband, as I said, was taking this combined calcium magnesium product, just, one you'd get at the grocery store or the Shoppers Drug Mart or whatever. And he has awful issues with muscle cramping and fasciculation, as I call it. Like his legs will be just twitching, right? The muscles are spasming. And it's crazy. I can literally feel it. And so he was taking this to no effect. Like it wasn't helping him with these symptoms at all. And so I said, look, it just, you know how your family sometimes are the hardest ones to convince to do something. So I said, look, just try mine. Like, just try this magnesium. And he started doing it. And literally, guys, he was jumping up in the middle of the night screaming. like in pain with a muscle cramp, and he'd have to get up, take a half an hour to stretch, and do all that stuff. But anyways, he started with our magnesium. Within 2 nights, all gone, not an issue, done deal. So that just suggests that he had a deficiency, and that's in light of the fact he was already taking another product.
Yeah. Huge, huge. So I want to talk about the price for a second with everybody.
Yeah.
Now, the price of this here bottle is $8.95 USD. You get 30 capsules in this bottle. Okay.
60. 60, Jane. 60
Uh,
packs.
60. Sorry. You know why?
Supply.
You know why I got confused is because if you take two, that's 30 days worth. That's a month. Yeah. But 60. Yeah. Some people might only need to take one. I do take two every night.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah. So $8.95 USD. Now, if you're American, this is fantastic. Kelly and I, we both are Canadians, so we're used to paying more than you guys. And we have to pay roughly a 35% exchange rate. And then our prices are also for shipping higher here. Okay. So Kelly, you worked it out to be between $17 and $20 Canadian, which is still a very good price, but it's comparable to say CanPrev, which is also another very good brand, very, very good company. But then you can also get this in a pack, right, Kelly?
Yes. Yeah. So Live Good. I mean, when I first did this, guys, I did all the math and all the comparisons. I was always taking high quality products, and I would certainly pay for them at times, right? Like some are more expensive than others. Magnesium isn't necessarily like the most outrageously priced product on the market. So when I did the math and I was using the CanPrev, it came to about the same for this product. But what I love is I don't just get this product. I get all of my vitamins and minerals that I'm already taking and need to take, like the D3K2, my multivitamin, a lot of the other products that I use at the same time. So it does lower the price because, of course, shipping's split between all those items. I get paid back anyway. So, I mean, there's so many other benefits to it. But yeah, so for us, it's kind of comparable. But what I love about Live Good, and I don't recall about CanPrev, but what I love is there's nothing else in this product. There's no other junk. There's no other additives. You know, when I look at this Jameson product, there's titanium dioxide. Okay, that's a cancer causer. Like that's a known, you know, problem. There's different vitamins and minerals that you take. Polysorbate 80, colorants, like things that are known to cause issue and cause disease, and they're in a lot of these on the shelf kind of products. So that's what I love about Live Good is I know these guys use the best quality products, the best quality ingredients. They do it for scientific reasons and therapeutic reasons, and they don't add any other junk. Like in a lot of ours, the only other thing is organic rice hulls, which is done so that the stuff doesn't cake or clump in the capsule. You have to have something. It's the cleanest thing you can use. So I love that. I know we can trust Live Good to use the best products, the best ingredients, and you don't have to worry about it anymore. Because who can tell, honestly?
Yeah.
Like I've got multiple certificates on nutrition and stuff, and it's a tough game. So knowing that they're doing things for the right reasons and giving us the highest quality products just above cost, because literally they use the most expensive ingredients if they're the best. They will use whatever's the best, and we're getting it just above cost. So you can't beat it.
Exactly. You know, with that Jameson, you can be like the ShamWow guy and throw it back like that and go, "You got that, camera guy? Did you notice that Ben did that on the video? He went like this."
I love them. I love these guys because they're so real.
Yeah.
And they're just normal guys, normal gals, but yet they have a mission. And that's, you know, you and I have been in health and wellness for a long time. And it's big on my pet peeve list to see people spending money and getting products that either aren't what they say they are, because that's the other thing. I forget what the percentage is, but over 50%, if not 80%, somewhere in there, of vitamins don't have in them what they say.
Yeah.
They're not tested, they're not certified, they're not third party tested, they're not following standards. Like these are gluten free, dairy free, non-GMO, good manufacturing practice. We do all that stuff, and we have all the certificates, and we don't hide anything in proprietary blend. So you know what you're getting, and we
Right.
deserve to know what we're getting.
Absolutely. Now, quick sidebar for pets. Do pets ever take magnesium? Do you ever recommend that?
Um, I haven't specifically in the pet world. To be fair, I'd have to go back and reinvestigate
Okay.
pet nutrition in terms of because it's a processed field. Like most pet nutrition is highly processed. I mean, a lot of people are kind of getting away from that and going with raw products and things like that, raw diets. But you do have to make sure that they're well developed and they have the appropriate levels of different, uh, minerals and vitamins and things in them. And there are certainly pet products that can be added that do those things. And I'm Ryan. Hello, Ryan. I have talked to Ryan about pet products, and I certainly think that that's something that we'll get into
Yeah.
at some point. But
Yeah.
we got to take care of the people first.
Exactly. Okay, that sounds good. Well, I think this was a good start today to go on to magnesium. I think we should talk about collagen on the next one. What do you think, Kelly?
Absolutely,
Yeah. All
absolutely.
right.
If you're getting to be like us, you need your collagen, guys. It's like
Mm,
so many other things after and it's not just about this. It's about every connective part of your body. So
yeah.
after the age of, I can't remember if it's 30, we're losing collagen, like we're losing protein, like we're losing muscle, like
Okay.
we're losing a lot of things, and it's really critical. So I'd love to do
We're
that.
way past that. We need it. We really need it.
I'm like almost double that. So yeah,
I know, right? And I'm right behind you. All right, Kelly. Well, this is great, and thank you all for listening. We'll see you next time. Thank
take
you.
care, everybody.